Hello there everyone, I'm your German snob and I'm here with another episode of Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. And here we are in the lower levels of the temple. Oh hey, there are enemies here. Who would have expected that? Oh, well that went well. Not even worth cutting it out, I'm just gonna reload. Right now. So yeah, time to be a bit more careful. Looks like we stepped on a pressure plate by accident. That sucks. So how about this room? This is the room where we have to put some stuff. I know it's very unexpected. Or is it the room where we came in? Well, one of the two. If not both. So, looks like we should be a bit more careful. Now this is the part that I remembered. Here we have to get 4 or 5 statues that are scattered around in this general area. And I can't justify that. I'm going to make a cut here. And number 1. And 2. 3. And the last one. Oh, right now, so we have to put the right statues on the right pillars. I know for a fact that that was the elephant and that was the dragon. Now we have a 50-50 chance to get the other ones right, so that means we should be doing this in no time. Let's say this was the grain and this was the cat. Am I right? No, I'm not. So it has to be the other way around. Then for all I care, this is the cat. And the other one's the grain. Good. Welp, that worked out well. Now this place opens up, or doesn't, or something is going to happen of some sorts. Or there's going to be a magical portal that we can jump through, maybe. And then there's a loading screen, because nothing says magic like a loading screen. And there's gonna be a boss fight. But I think you expected that, didn't you?
You've become a grave disappointment, Kindred. This was not meant to be your destination, but your path will end here.
My purpose is not yours to decide.
You were never more than a pawn, Kindred. Puppet of those who drew the boundaries on your horizon. It was I who sensed in you the power to right the balance of this city. It will give me no joy to bring you final death.
You won't need to do any mourning for me. You, on the other hand...
You will have time to ponder this folly as you are devoured by worms and disease in the hell of burrowing maggots. 1,000 years shall you suffer.
Whatever. So yeah, it was already established that she's a shapeshifter. Her fighting form is apparently that slug thing. I'm going to save here, because otherwise I might die, and we don't want that, right? And then we're going to fight her. I don't think that she should be too hard to fight, even though she just slowed me down, which sucks. But it should still be doable. We are not making a lot of damage, huh? Well, joy. Even more celerity. And I think the damage we are doing is fairly decent, though really it's still quite a lot she takes. But as long as we are able to avoid her hits, she should go down eventually. Maybe there are more effective weapons we could use, but if there are, well, I'm not too sure of it. And we're still only... I'm kinda tempted to make a cut here until we are getting somewhere, but I know that that would be stupid at this point. So I'm not. So yeah. I wish we'd be doing more damage and she'd be doing less damage, and you know, everything would be just better all around. But you don't always get what you wish for. I think that's something very important to remember. So that means we're just kind of chipping away at her. Lovely. As you can guess, on my first playthrough this gave me a lot of trouble. But that won't be a surprise to anyone. We are almost halfway done with her. though I do wish we'd be making more damage. I already mentioned that. So yes, my commentary is going to get somewhat repetitive. Now she splits into two, because, you know, that's all very lovely. We are doing more damage on her other counterpart, so that means maybe we have to defeat it first before we can get back to the real one. Though I'm not entirely sure of that, but we, you know, just kind of killed it. So, yeah, there we go. Now we are making more damage with her again. I'm very happy about that, because this is already taking too long. Now, thankfully she's very slow, as it's usually the case with slugs of most kinds. And she split again, just to make my life even harder. Yet, the fake ones are going down in not too many hits, as you see. Which means we can concentrate on the real one again. Oh man. Also, we've hacked off most of her arms, which is something good, I suppose. At least I very much hope so. Now we are doing minuscule damage again. Because this game likes to be very annoying. There's another fake one, which we are going to beat to death with our sword. Maybe we should fight the little ones first, before we fight... well, you know. As I said, the little ones. Also, she's getting bigger again, I think. Or maybe not, maybe I'm mistaken, I don't know. I'm kind of bored of this fight. So that means I'm probably going to make a cut, especially if I should die. But that would be kind of annoying now, wouldn't it? So yeah, fighting the little ones first. It's kind of stupid because they are hard to hit, but hey, what can you say about that? There are two big ones. You know what? I'm going to make a cut here. And now will you look at that, she's almost dead. And I think I might have mispronounced something there, but I don't even care. Just a few more hits, come on, now don't be difficult about this. Come on. If I'm dying here, god, that would be embarrassing now, wouldn't it? You dead, please? I don't know, because I don't see any sort of thing or other thing or quest log updated. That's pretty lovely, I suppose. And now we have 15 experience points. Is there anything worth investing them in? Maybe dodge, but nah, I think I'm going to at least not invest them yet, in case we can do so for something else later on. Now she's done. I found the sarcophagus key. I found the sarcophagus key, as I already said. Now I can take the portal and get back out again. And then we can get to the last part of this game, the actual finale. That one's going to be slightly more interesting than this one. Still not saying it's going to be great, but well, it's not bad. You know what? I kind of want to buy blood packs.
Need a fix?
I do think that I need a fix, yeah. So we are going to buy all the Elder Vitae that we can buy, which, let's be honest here, are only 5. And you know what? The other stuff too. Seeing how we have more money than would be reasonable in any way, or maybe not, I don't know. Well, apparently I was wrong about that. But I think we should get along with all that blood.
Where to?
So time to finish this. By the way, who are you? And how do you know so much?
I drive people to their destination. That is who I am. Remember, wherever we go, it is the blood of Cain which makes our fate. Farewell, vampire.
Right. Bye. It is implied that the cab driver is... well, I'm not sure if I would go as far as to say that it's implied. But there's at least a certain... there are hints to the fact that he could be Cain, like the all-father of all vampires. But then I'm not too sure, because I'm not very familiar with the lore of this game. Like,
See,
you know.
I don't know what happened, but LaCroix says I'm not supposed to let you up under any circumstances. He says I should escort you out of the building, so I'm afraid you're gonna have to leave.
Sorry, I can't do that.
Ah, come on now, just leave, okay? I don't want to have to use force, but I am authorized to do so. Please don't make me do this, Chief.
I'm going up. You can try and stop me, or you can leave.
If you won't go, then I've got no choice.
We're not going to kill the poor guy. But we are gonna kill his friends. Because, you know, double moral and stuff. So you all die now. Yes, you will. I'm not sure if we could have used persuasion in any way to let Chunks let us go through, and hey, look at that, we're going to use our first blood pack. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, we have a lot of them, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, elevator, come on. I don't want to kill more guys than I absolutely have to. I mean, yeah. It's not that I couldn't. But hey, they can't do anything about working here, so... No, they're just simple security guards, and I'm going up. They are hardly the worst enemies we're going to encounter in this building. And talking about this building, now we're going to see the parts of it that we couldn't see before. I mean, up to now we've just always taken the elevator up to LaCroix's penthouse, but now the elevator is going to stop somewhere in between. So it's time to take a further look at this building. Now there's a guard. We're probably going to stealth kill him. We could also suck his blood, which wouldn't be such a bad idea. But I kinda like stealth killing enemies, because it makes me feel good about myself. There's this computer, can't hack. There's this door, can open. We need to find our way around here. Now, if there's anything I could say about this area, is that it's more interestingly designed than the temple that we've been in before. Even though it's still fairly linear. Even though, once again, less so than the temple. And it's at least just not, you know, all a bunch of identical corridors, which is worth something to me, seeing how I am somewhat tired of identical corridors. Now this guy, oh, his patrol route leads him back here. Well, there you go. So that means he's going to be our source of blood. There's nothing we can do about that. And I wish his blood would drain faster. I mean, like that, it's only holding us up. Yet it is a lot of blood. So... at least that's a positive. Die. These guys don't take a lot of damage. I mean, they are, after all, just simple security guards. And now we go further up. Whichever way it may be that leads us further up. Hey, who's shooting at me? You are? But there is another one in here, right? Yes, now there is. Now not anymore. Hey! You take a lot of damage, don't you? And hey, exit. Where does this lead? Oh, in here. I don't care. We just let him live. While we go further up. And here we are. Here there's another guy. He's gonna die. I remember this area being fairly small and not having a lot of enemies, though I'm not sure of that. Generally, this is basically our final... and I remember this part. It's annoying. No, it's not really, but there are harder enemies than we have encountered this far in this building. So that means I am actually going to save here. And while I could have used a quick save, I'm just going to use a normal save. Nothing you can do about that. Alrighty. Now. Game, hurry up. Thank you. Now there are going to now there are enemies going to come in here. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, the SWAT team. So we are going to use celerity right now to get in a few good hits before they can hurt us too much. Die. You're dead. Good. So are you. And there's one more. And while I'd like to suck his blood, I doubt that that's gonna be possible. So we're going to beat the hell out of him before he can hurt us too much. And I wish I would have hit him. Well, they are wearing body armor, so that means our hits won't knock them back. It does, however, also mean that they are still not going to be much of a problem. So how about this room? Is there anything interesting in here? Definitely stairs that lead up. There's also an alternative way that we could have taken, but I don't think it makes much of a difference. So here we are. There's another SWAT team. We probably want to avoid it if we can. Though that's not sure if we can. But seeing how our stealth skills are fairly fantastic and these guys don't seem to have night vision of any kind, we should be able to make our way through here. From here on there's this pipe, and I think we should be able to get through here. Yep, totally are. And this looks like a loading screen, yes, but it also looks like a construction site of sorts. So looks like there was some construction to be done on LaCroix's tower. I can hide from you, and there are even more things than that I can do. You will be surprised. Also, the textures here look weird. I don't know, is it supposed to be glass? Yes, it very obviously is supposed to be glass. So there's a guy in here, a guard. We are going to use celerity to slow him down, though we are not so much slowing him down as we are slowing everything else down. And then stealth kill him. Well, this went well. Going to take his ammo, and other than that, this room seems to be kind of empty. And this one doesn't. But I'm pretty sure that there are, yeah, these guys. One, well, I suppose one commander and two normal grunts. But other than that, oh hey, we can stealth kill him too. And I think celerity is not so much helping us right here as it is just slowing down basically everything, which is the whole point. But then, well, you know, die. Maybe we could have used his blood too, but then not really so much as to... Oh, hey, I remember this part. That means I'm going to make another save here. Okay. Now, there was something about that guy, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think he could be... There is an elevator right here. Apparently. And I think if we were smart, we could have done something here, and that would have gotten us... no, if we were smart, we would have put the astrolite here, which would have enabled us to kill some enemies up here, but apparently they are all dead already, and... I don't know. And I'm not gonna ask. There's another elevator. And we can go further up. Up to level 6. By which I mean 7. But you know, what's the difference coming down to it? I mean, come on. And we are nearing the end boss of this game. So here we are. Here we are. We are getting to the penthouse. This of course means that we are basically done with human security guards, and now have to fight LaCroix's vampire buddies, wherever they are. So this door is locked, this one is not. So in here we go, and then just do our best to kill them as fast as possible. Die. No, really, die. Oh, hey, you're dead. So are these two gonna be? Very soon? Are you? Come on. Oh, you have katanas too. Well, that's nice for you. But that doesn't mean that you will be able to hurt me. No, sir. And now we are back to just killing guys all over the place. Anyone in here? Nah, doesn't look like it. And here? Nope. Still safe. We should probably consider being careful. And I know that I hardly ever do this, and hey, there's this guy whom we can stealth kill. Of course. Sucking his blood wouldn't have been a bad idea either, but I decided on stealth killing. So how about... Oh yeah, there are enemies out there. I think that's a very obvious implication. Die. Before you can kill me. These guys take a lot of damage. It's pretty insane. But what we really need is a staircase that leads us further up. And I think he doesn't even see me. No, not at all. But that means we can just kill him before he can do anything to us. And I think this video is getting really long until now. But seeing how it's probably going to be the final video, though I may consider splitting it, I don't really mind that. Anyone in here? A computer. And that's the door that... yeah, no, don't need. Die. You're dead. So that door leads to a meeting room and another elevator, which will then in turn lead us to the boss. So I'm going to save here. An issue.
I anticipated you'd make it this
Oh
far.
yeah, exactly.
I had no doubts about your capability. But I am not so easily betrayed. Did you ever think about what it takes to live as long as I have? To come this far? Consider that lack of judgment in your last few seconds.
So yeah, apparently LaCroix is possessing that guy. I'm coming for you, LaCroix. You hear me? I'm coming for you.
Tick, tick, tick. I'll be in tow, kindred.
Help!
We are going to kill him. And if we didn't, I think he'd blow up the whole... I'm not sure if he'd blow up the whole building, but he'd blow up quite a lot. Which would be somewhat of a danger to us. So now we can just kind of pick up the explosives he has, the astrolite, and then make our way further up. If I remember correctly, there should be some way to get up from here. Well, at least we can arm the explosives here. And then I assume it would be a very good idea to get out of the way. Though I have no idea what specifically we have to do right now. So it might be that I'm making a very, very silly mistake here. So I hope I'm not going to die. As you can guess. Hey, you're still alive. You know, I take that as an offense. Yes, I do. So now the timer is going to run out and... things are going to happen. And I hope they are things that don't kill me. But no, apparently they aren't. Can we pick this lock? Nope, we can't. So let's get back to that one room. And... then go further up. Really hope that the auto-regeneration heals us a bit more. Right now we are fairly low on health. Well, mostly due to us being clumsy. But also due to the game being not all that easy right now. And detonating that thing did probably absolutely nothing. Though right now I think I remember what we were supposed to do, and it was probably something else than what we actually did. But you know, details. Where do we have to go? I will just go ahead and assume that we have to go here. I mean, it's good as every other idea. And then we are here and have to go down again? Question mark? Oh no, that's just, I think that would be an alternate way to get up here. Yes, it would be. So right now I'm considering making a cut here. To be until I get somewhere. Oh, die! Why aren't you dead already, in fact? Well, now you are. But as I said, going to make a cut here. Hey, look, I saved and I cut it out. I'm so proud of myself. So further up we go and then get to the boss. This is going to be, spoiler, the first and only boss in this game that is going to have multiple phases. And you know what, it's probably not such a bad idea to have ourselves a blood pack before we go in there. Yeah. So there he is, the sheriff. LaCroix's right-hand man, his gorilla. And he's a tough boss. Like many entering bosses, though I don't think he is quite as sturdy as Ming Shao was. But as I said, he's going to have two different phases in which we are going to fight him. And this is the easy one. So his thing is, he can disappear and reappear. Which makes him a fairly dangerous enemy. That's what I meant. He has the habit of just appearing behind us and then hitting us. And then disappearing again before we can really hurt him. So, mister, now I got in a few hits, but as I said, this is the easy part of the fight. Where are you? There you are. Now, thank God we have a lot of blood packs, so we don't have to worry about him hurting us too much. Or using up too much blood while we're at it. See, that was the first phase. Now he shapeshifts into that giant bat thing. Like I suppose vampires are expected to do. Sometimes, in, you know, some sort of mythology. And going to drink another blood pack. Well, that felt good. So I think there's a trick to this boss, and you know what, I'm going to make another save. And I did. Also, there are other enemies here too, but it's not like I care. So what I think we have to do is to probably first kill everything that's in our way, because that can never be a bad idea. Also, my game is lagging. I find that somewhat worrisome. Die. You too. Yes, yes, yes. And he's throwing bodies at us. What an ass. But now he is almost here where we can... What just happened? I don't know. Do I want to know? Probably not. So as far as I remember, there is some sort of trick to this fight, but I don't quite know what it was. I think it had something to do with the spotlights. Also, he slowed us down. That sucks. Very much so. And I wish it would stop. And I wish there were less enemies around, so that we wouldn't have to worry about them. So now, let's explore the battlefield, shall we? Yes, we will. There is this lock. So that means that's probably going to be important only later on. But there was something about the spotlights. I'm sure of it. I think we are supposed to, like, lure him into the spotlights, maybe? Or it has something to do with that thing. See, that thing. We can use it to hurt him in some way, I guess. But we can activate it, and if he gets caught in the spotlight, I think that will That will hurt him, maybe. Also, there are normal enemies around, like human enemies. And we should probably activate the other spotlight too. And kill that guy. Also, look at that, he's just kinda laying there, just waiting for us to attack him. And now he's taking a lot of damage, and I hope we can kill him before he stands up. Oh yes, I do. Are you dead, please? Or are you at least dying? Yes, you are. Or, you know, being pretty close to dying. Which is fair enough for me. There's another spotlight. Oh shit, please stop doing this. For the love of God. So, hey you guy, attack us. Just attack, if you dare. And you die, just die. You know, these slowing us down like magic spells are really more annoying than anything else. Oh, please turn on spotlights. Also, seeing how he's flying above us, it might not be a bad idea to use guns. I know that's a very, well, you know what, never mind. I think we can now just, I wish the game stopped lagging. Die. Did that hurt him? I don't know. Excuse me for a moment. Yep, I do think that guns are a fairly good idea here. So where is he? If I could see him, I could hurt him. And if I could hurt him, that would be nice. And if I could hit him, that would be even nicer. Like actually hit him and not just whatever I'm doing here. Also, he's throwing enemy bodies at us, which is annoying, very much so. And there are his friends, which are even more annoying. So it's basically just one big cycle of annoyance. Celerity might make things easier for us, so I wouldn't bet on it. Oh come on, flying is just unfair. Reload, 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 reload. Yes. And now he's dead. Finally. Finally. Okay, now should be the final cutscene. Thank God. Alright. Load faster, please. Probably going to make a cut here. And I did. So here we are, time to face LaCroix himself. And finally see what's in that sarcophagus. Hey, miss me?
Like sire, like child. I should have killed you that night. How could someone as low as you injure me? Huh. You think you've taken everything away. But I still have my sarcophagus.
Oh, and I have the key, motherfucker.
You've done all the work for me once again. So much to learn. I thought I had lost it all, but no. Here you've sailed on a Gehenna wind, bearing my salvation. The key to my future.
Well, if you want it so bad, why don't you come over and take it?
Give me the key.
Fuck you.
I said, give me the key.
Sit down, LaCroix.
It can't end like this. Don't you see the Kuei Jin will kill us all? I can't lose. I will open the sarcophagus. I'll build an empire. It won't end here.
You know what? Take the key. I hope you get what's coming to you. Goodbye, LaCroix. Okay, that's kind of unfair because I happen to know what's in the sarcophagus, but never mind.
Fool! You should have finished me. I've got the key. In a few seconds, I'll be powerful enough to crush you like paper. This whole city. In a few seconds, it will be all mine. Power.
Damn. Kid, I knew your reputation, but I don't think any of us could have done a joke like that. Kid, where are you going? Hey, hear me out. We could use someone like you. Kid?
Like a boss. And I think that should be, for the most part, the ending to this game.
Now ain't that a beautiful thing? Hey, mess around, buddy. I'm talking to you. You don't really talk much, do you? Hey, it happened just like you said. They never even knew what hit them. Through that sarcophagus out there, and they just tore each other up trying to get to it. And it worked out all right, huh? Remember, wherever we go, it is the blood of Cain which makes our fate. Farewell, vampire.
And that was that. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. And with that, my third complete Let's Play. Well, got quite a few things done until I started. So, what remains to be said for me? I think we're going to skip the credits, thank you. But doesn't look like that's an option. Be it as it may be. As I said, that was Bloodline. My second playthrough of this game. And playing through it the second time, well, I suppose I can say, while I still like the game, I think its low points have become more apparent for me. And the problems it has, and it very obviously has, are most definitely weighing it down. Now, I'm fairly lenient on this game, seeing how I happen to know that it had a pretty troubled development. And I think that the team making it actually disbanded after it was finished. But I think for what it is, it's still fairly good. I'm not sure if I would, call it one of my favorite RPGs. Because I think that would be unfair to some, quite honestly, better games. But I still appreciate it very much for being a very unique game. There are really no other games of this kind that have a similar setting. As I already said, I think there is another game being made based on the same, lore, on the same source. But as far as I know, it's a Mamorpiga, that being a MMORPG, an online game. So in other words, the kind of game I'm not really into. But, well, be it as it may be, I very much enjoyed this game for what it is, and right now it's lagging again, isn't that beautiful? And I'm very happy to have been able to show it to you in this Let's Play. My next project, well, it's probably going to be another indie game if I don't decide to do something else before. A little something called To the Moon, I think, an indie RPG that is, well, it's hardly really an RPG, it's a very story-driven little thing. And I'm looking very much forward to playing it. And you know what? I think that we don't have to sit through the rest of the credits, especially now that it's lagging like hell. So, I'm your German snob, I'm going to be seeing you again, maybe tomorrow, maybe some other point, you know, slightly later. But be it as it may be, this was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'll be seeing you. So have a wonderful evening and goodbye.